Alright, we're going to have a really short and quick video here for once because I have on the bench here a 27-inch Neotec 500DX, which is a tri-mode monitor, and I have a couple of videos on this particular model already. I did film a bunch of footage on this, but I decided to go ahead and just film the ending here and the final solution because nothing ended up being wrong with this except bad caps. And there's one cap in particular I wanted to show, which is kind of the reason why I'm making this video. After I went through this and found out that it was just bad caps, I decided to, I didn't really think I should make a video on it because it's just bad caps, but, and especially because I already have a video or two on this one. But this is a kind of a special situation I wanted to cover because you don't see it too often, but I did want to mention it here on a video. So anyway, the 500DX is a 27-inch tri-mode monitor, and you must have the sync on pin 6 as opposed to pin 10 like every other monitor. I learned that the hard way through troubleshooting on the first time I had one of these on the channel. And then there's a jumper you have to select. I have a video on how the inputs need to be, and I'll reference that down below in the description. But for this monitor here, I picked up this from a monitor haul about 2 months or so ago. I got contacted by a guy locally who was liquidating his inventory of old CRTs that they changed out from an operator to LCD, and these all went in storage, and he was getting rid of all of them and called me up and said, hey, you want these? I said, absolutely. So I went and picked up a whole bunch of them, and this is one of them. I just got around to testing it earlier this morning, and all it would do would click. You'd power it up, nothing would happen. A couple of seconds would go by, then you'd hear a click, and then nothing. It didn't do, the only signs of life this thing even had at all was a single click, and then nothing. That did nothing else. So it turns out all that was wrong with this was just bad caps. So I recapped it, refloated, and it came right to life, and it works fine in all three modes. Standard, medium, and VGA, no problem. RGB is beautiful, it's nice and bright, it's super crisp, no issues. But when I say bad caps, I'm going to turn this off so it's just not running here on us. When I say bad caps, I mean the filter cap. So one of the main things you need to look for on the Neotecs especially is they are prone to having filter caps fail. And in this case, it's no exception. This is the filter cap from the chassis, 400 volt, 330 microfarad, and that's what's been reinstalled. It's that guy right there. And look at this filter cap. Detroit Leak City. I've seen them leak pretty badly, but this is pretty bad. Now what's interesting is that this still reads 330 microfarad. So this filter cap was keeping this from powering on. What would happen was it would click and I took the HOT out. So the light bulb test, if you've got a chassis that you don't know how to perform the light bulb test on, what component to remove to be able to isolate the power supply from the rest of the board, if you don't know what component to do that with, or there's not really any upfront obvious thing to do, you can just remove the HOT from the circuit, and that'll prevent the horizontal output from turning on. And you can take the HOT out and go to the center pin, and that will give you your light bulb test ability, and you just hook your light bulb to that center pin with HOT removed, and I was getting 45 volts. I thought, okay, that's odd. So the first thing I did was I wonder if the filter cap is bad. So I pulled the filter cap out, and sure enough, it is leaking like crazy. So I put a new filter cap in, and boom, I got 153 volts on the B plus with the light bulb on there. Now I'm not sure if the 60 watt bulb I'm using is sufficient enough for the B plus for the 500DX. But regardless, that brought the B plus back, and all it was a faulty filter cap. But I went ahead and redid all the caps and the reflow, and yeah, it came right to life and works great. So real quick and easy, if you have a chassis that's giving you issues, don't forget about checking the filter cap. Even if it looks okay, it's not visibly bulging or anything, but especially on the Neotecs, the filter cap is prone to failure, I think more than any other filter cap on any other chassis I've come across. So if you have a Neotec giving you issues like that, especially if you only have 45 volts on the B+, you want to check the filter cap. Case in point. And that's it. Quick and easy. Wanted to go over that. I'll link down below. The video talks about how to hook up all the video and jumpers and things. If you have one of these and you're having a clicking effect of trying to use a different resolution and you have it hooked up right, but your sync, you'll see. Go check that video out. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, so that was the issue with this one, just a bad filter cap. Otherwise, I appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something. Like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.